Hola, bienvenido, bienvenida. Welcome to the series of videos for Vistas Culturales, Paso B. In Paso A, you chose your topic and created your title page. Now, in Paso B, you are going to choose your sources and create your references page. You have already been given between 2 and 4 sources for this topic. You are now going to look for one additional resource, and that can be an article, interview, podcast, video, radio broadcast, amongst other things. And then you're going to write your reference page using these resources using APA formatting. Let's look at an example. So I'm going to click on the example and rubric for Paso B link that takes you to the Google Doc. And here is the Google Doc, and this shows how your reference page should look. As you can see, I have a page number in the top right header. The title is References. It's bolded, centered, and it's using the same font and size font that I used in my title page. My references appear in alphabetical order by author, and they are formatted to use a hanging indent. Before we create an example of a reference page, let's look at some of the resources that you have in this Dropbox. If I scroll down, I can see all the different resources that I have, including an APA references list examples. This is a PDF, and it gives some of the most commonly used types of sources, which could be a book, could be articles, whether they be magazines or newspapers. Also includes websites. As you can see, there are 2 different formats. One is a references list format, and the other is in-text. An in-text citation or reference is used within your essay. So if I refer to this book here, after I've finished writing, I would put in parentheses the author's name, comma, year in which that resource was published. The reader can then access this resource for themselves if they wanted to read the book or read the article or look for more information within it. Another resource I have is the Citation Machine Generator. This enables you to add the information from your new resource and create the citation for you. However, you should check it against some of the examples to make sure the formatting is correct. This is a good resource for you. However, it's not perfect, and you do need to use due diligence in order to make sure it's correct. You can also submit this assignment to Smart Thinking to get additional feedback and to eliminate any errors. I also have another sample references page that you can use too. So let's create our references page in a Word doc. So here's my document, and as before, the first thing I'm going to do is save it. And I'm going to save it using the same format as previously, which is subject, assignment, last name. So I'm going to imagine I'm in 1010. If you're in 1020, you would put 1020. Paso B, and then using the example of Sally student, last name student. And that's how I'm going to title it. I'm going to save it in my Spanish 1010 folder. You may have your folder on your computer, in a flash drive, or in an online repository. I'm going to click Save. First thing I'm going to do is add my page number by double clicking on the header. I'm going to click on, and it may be under Insert Page Number, or you may just have it under Home. Click on Page Number. I'm going to make sure it's right aligned and that it shows on the first page. I click OK. Now I need to make sure that I'm using the same font as I did for my title page, so I'm going to select all. I'm going to click on my home page, and yes, I don't want to use Calibri, so I'm going to click on the font and choose Arial. I'm going to make sure it's not bolded. No. And then I'm going to click out of the header. I'm then going to add my title, and that's going to be references. Going to double click to select all of this word. I then need to center my title. I need to bold it. I also need to make sure it's Arial, which it is not. There we go. Click out, and that's my title. I'm going to click down 2. I'm going to left align. I'm going to unbold. Alright, now I need to bring in the references that are already provided by going to the Passo A drop box, and here are all the topics. I'm just going to copy the first one just as an example. These may not be the references that you need to copy, whatever you chose for your topic. So I've copied those. I'm going to go back to my document, and I'm going to paste. Whenever you copy and paste from somewhere else, you are likely copying and pasting different formatting. So this is not formatted correctly. I'm going to select all of my reference because I do want to make sure it's the same size font, style font as my title page. So in my title page I use Arial 12 font, and I've selected all that, and I can see here that it is indeed Arial 12 font. Now what I'm going to do next is put a space between my two references. There we go. I'm going to make sure I don't have any unneeded extra spacing between my words, which there was extra spacing. And I will do the same in my second reference. Now I'm going to create the hanging indent. There's two different ways to do it. I'm going to highlight my first reference, and then I'm going to go to Format, Paragraph. I'm then going to look for Indentation and Special. Click on it and choose Hanging, and then I'm going to click OK. And what it does is it indents the second and any subsequent lines 1/2 inch. And that's how it's formatted in APA. Another way you can do it is go to the second line, click so the cursor is before the first word in the second line. I'm going to click Enter or Return. Now it should not bring the line down. All it does is it breaks the lines, so you have a break. And then I'm going to click Tab, and it should tab in 1/2 inch also. If my citation was longer, then I would have to repeat that process for any third, fourth or subsequent line. Okay, so those are my two references. Now let's say I have found an additional resource. So I'm going to use this example. Okay, on the right hand side of the page you can see my additional resource, and I'm just going to show you how this would be formatted. And this is just for a newspaper article. It's different depending on what type of resource it is. So I'm first going to look for the name of the author, and that is Bergen. I'm then going to do comma and the first initial. I'm then going to space, parentheses, and then I'm going to look at the year, 2015. I'm going to do a comma, and then I'm going to do month, date, and then end parentheses. Then I'm going to add a period. Then going to scroll up and look for the title of the article. US now has more Spanish speakers than Spain. Oops. Only Mexico has more. Okay, and then I'm going to do a period. Then I'm going to space, and the title of the newspaper is The Guardian. So I'm going to put this in italic. The Guardian. Do a comma. Then going to look for a page number. So I'm going to scroll down to see if this was also page number. It does not. So I will put, I have to make sure that this is not italicized. And then I'm going to put N period P period, meaning no page. If it does have a page, then you would just put the P period space and then the page number. I'm then going to space and I'm going to write retrieved from, and then I'm going to copy the link and make sure it's a live link. Okay, so what I need to do now is make sure it is a hanging indent. So I'm going to highlight it all, format, paragraph, indentation, special, hanging, okay. I then need to put it in the correct order, so I'm going to copy. I'm going to put it at the top, and then I'm going to make sure that there is a space in between, and then I'm going to save. As simple as that. As always, if you need any help with this assignment or have any questions, do ask your instructor. Muy buena suerte!